This is a deeply emotional and thought-provoking story about a father's dignity and a son's regret. I found my 87-year-old father in the kitchen, his hands trembling as he tried to scrape cold oatmeal straight from the pot. He hadn't turned on the stove because he was afraid he might forget to turn off the gas, and give me yet another reason to move him to an assisted living facility in the city. I took the pot from his hands and, more harshly than I should have, said, "Dad, why didn't you just heat it up? I bought you a microwave." The 4-hour drive through heavy traffic had already drained my patience. He didn't look at me. Instead, he kept staring at the old linoleum floor he had installed himself when I was still in primary school. In a soft, almost apologetic voice, he said, "Son, the buttons have become very small. The numbers blur together now." Something inside me cracked at that moment. Over the past few months, I hadn't visited him much. I kept telling myself I was busy with work, with the kids' activities, with the chaos of life. But the truth was harder to admit. It hurt to watch the strongest man I had ever known slowly grow fragile. On the phone, I constantly pressured him, warning him about the porch steps, urging him to move into an apartment with heating, elevators, and a walk-in shower. I thought I was being a good son. I believed I was protecting him. In reality, I was trying to buy my own peace of mind so I wouldn't lie awake at night wondering if he was okay alone. I sat down across from him in the cold house. He had turned the thermostat way down to avoid wasting money on heating or having to ask me for help with the bills. Then, in a trembling whisper, he said, "Son, forgive me. I don't want to be a burden. I know you have your job and your family, but I don't want to leave this house." His eyes filled with tears as he gestured toward the living room, his entire world now reduced to an old chair by the TV and a pile of bills he could barely sort without his glasses. "If I tell you I'm struggling," he continued, "you'll take me away from here. And if I leave this house, I'll have nothing left. I'll just be waiting for my last breath inside someone else's walls." Those words cut deeper than any accusation ever could. I realized I had started treating him like a problem to solve instead of the man who had worked double shifts at the factory for 40 years so I could go to college. I didn't argue. I warmed the oatmeal on the stove, divided it into 2 bowls, and we sat there quietly, the only sound the soft clink of spoons against old dishes. After a while, he looked out the window at the leafless trees in the yard and said something I will never forget, "Son, when a person grows old, he doesn't need things or comforts. He just wants to feel that he is still a human being, that he still matters, that his own people are near." His words shook loose a memory from deep inside me. When we were little, Dad did everything for us. My siblings and I used to argue proudly, clinging to him and saying, "Dad is mine. No, he's mine." And he would laugh and pull us all into his arms. But now, when children grow up, the scene often reverses. Instead of claiming their father with love, many quietly pass the responsibility along. "No, he's yours." That realization stung my heart. From that day on, I stopped asking him to leave his home. Now I go there every Sunday, no excuses. Sometimes I fill the trunk with groceries. Sometimes I bring the kids so their laughter can breathe life back into the quiet house. But most of the time, we simply sit side by side in our old chairs, sharing the comfort of presence. Because one day, the chair beside me will be empty, and no career, no achievement, and no amount of wealth in this world will ever buy me back even one more hour with my father. Love for aging parents is not about perfect solutions or modern facilities. Sometimes, love is simply showing up, sitting close, and reminding them.